Hi, it's Amy Austin. You know, this book, here we're back to His Last Mistress, has really made me think about something that I think we all need to maybe think about a little bit more. In this book, Casey Court has been a longtime protagonist in my series for, oh my God, years now. Um, and let's just say 15 different publications. And one of the things about Casey is that she's the center of her own universe, which makes sense. She's the main character in the series. Nicole Long comes later, but the world spins around her. The thing about this is that since the beginning, Lulu has been her best friend. They met in law school, they became quickly bonded, and they have a lot of regular conversations throughout this series. Probably looking at their relationship, it's probably been 14, 15 years. So, like, there's a lot of history there. But one of the things I think that Casey doesn't do is ask a lot of questions. So, I don't know if you have that friend. I have had maybe one or two of these friends. They call you, they ask about you, you ask about them, and they're a little hazy on the details. And you know in your heart that they're being a little bit hazy because they don't want to talk about the difficult thing or the thing they're doing or the mistakes they're making or the guy they're dating. They really don't want to have that conversation because they know, you know, we all know that you're going to be like, oh my God, that guy is not right for you. He's not doing the right things. He's not the right person. He's not your person. So I think the thing that I really have thought about and maybe have learned from reading and writing His Last Mistress is that maybe you need to ask the questions. Because Casey in this book feels a lot of guilt for not asking Lulu more questions about her relationship with Richard. So Lulu is having a relationship with a married man. So clearly she's going to keep that on the DL. You know, when asked, she's like, yeah, you know, we're doing a thing, but it's a secret, or yes, he's going to leave his wife, or whatever it is she says to justify what she's doing. But I think Casey is so afraid to probe that, and maybe even afraid to sort of damage their friendship, which has served her so well for years, that she doesn't ask those bigger questions like, why are you in this relationship? What is it doing for you? Can we talk more about how this is affecting you? And I think that is a mistake that friends make. It's a mistake that Casey made. And it's a mistake that sort of like when writing this book really haunts me as a person because I have had friends where I probably should have asked more questions and Casey should have probably asked more questions. Now, look, Lulu may have rebuffed her, may have pushed back, but maybe if she had asked more questions, Lulu would have had like a come to Jesus moment earlier, early at all, and may have changed the course of her life. And that's something that Casey has to live with. Since writing the book, though, I've really thought more about it. And there's a couple people that maybe I have asked more questions. And the answers aren't great. Like you know, I know, they know, we all know the answers aren't great. But I think it has lessened some guilt about leaving women in situations where they don't feel supported. So even though Lulu's making bad choices, maybe Casey could have done a little bit more to support her and help Lulu maybe make better choices, maybe not. Like, that's who's to say what kind of choices people make. That's what therapy's for. But check on your friends. That's all I'm going to say. And also maybe read His Last Mistress.